Hello there. Welcome to my views on news. Two news stories. Firstly, another controversial project between Ethiopia and Somaliland. The project is definitely going to become controversial. UAE is involved as well. I am not talking about the MOU. MOU is a separate development. But this project is being considered reportedly by the governments in Ethiopia, Somaliland, and the UAE. We have received a few details which we want to share with you. How will Somalia respond to this project? How will local tribes in Somaliland respond to this project? If it is implemented, obviously, still no progress, only talks are underway. Secondly, I have three video clips for you from the Amhara region. Videos are coming out from the Amhara region where military is conducting an operation, a new operation against Fano fighters. 3 days ago, this operation was launched. Now, videos are coming out of the region showing the situation from the ground. Three clips for you. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopia and Somaliland signed a controversial MOU on the 1st of January about access to sea and about recognition of Somaliland as a country. This controversial MOU has created tensions in the region between Ethiopia and Somalia. UAE is said to be behind this MOU, though UAE never publicly announced support for this MOU. Rather, at Arab League meeting, UAE representative called for respect for Somalia's sovereignty and territorial integrity. But it's not hard to understand that UAE is behind this MOU. Why? Because UAE wants Ethiopia to transfer its imports handling from Djibouti's port to Berbera port. It makes sense. Why? Because Berbera port is being run by UAE's company, DP World. That is why if UAE is behind Ethiopia, Somaliland MOU, it should be surprising for anyone. So the MOU has become controversial, and that is why almost 2 months have passed, and so far MOU has not been implemented. Though when it was signed, it was said that within a month the MOU will be implemented. But due to international pressure, regional pressure from Somalia, Ethiopia and Somaliland have not been able to implement the MOU in the time period they mentioned, 1 month. Though progress being made reportedly, and in coming days we could see some announcements. So another project is being considered by the governments in Addis Ababa and Hargeisa, and Abu Dhabi as well, UAE. This project will involve three parties: two countries, Ethiopia, UAE, and one self-declared country, and that is Somaliland, unrecognized part of Somalia internationally. Somaliland wants one of its regions to be turned into a farming area. This region has almost no water. There is scarcity of water here, shortage of water. Somaliland wants this area to be fertile. Somaliland is in talks with Ethiopia reportedly. Somaliland wants a pipeline to be constructed from an Ethiopian territory to this territory of Somaliland. It wants UAE to be part of this deal as well. Maybe the territory could be leased to the UAE. We know that UAE, Saudi Arabia, they have been acquiring lands on lease in Africa because these countries are facing challenges in terms of meeting their people's food requirements. Their lands are not very fertile. So they have been acquiring lands on lease in Africa. UAE has acquired lands on lease in Ethiopia, in Sudan, other parts of Ethiopia, where crops are grown, and obviously agricultural produce goes to the Middle Eastern countries. UAE would be keen to get land on lease in Somaliland for farming purpose. It would be ready to build a water pipeline which will originate from Shabelle region, which is in the Somali region of Ethiopia. In Shabelle, there is Gode. This proposed water pipeline will originate from Gode. It will end in Odvene. Odvene is in Somaliland. So it will connect Somali region of Ethiopia with Odvene, Somaliland. Water from Shabelle River in Shabelle zone will be transported from Shabelle River to Somaliland, where it will be used for farming purpose, other purpose, agricultural and non-agricultural purposes. If the land is leased, obviously the project will become controversial. Just building of water pipeline may not be an issue, but if land is leased to the UAE for 25 years, that is what we have learned, then the project could become controversial. Reportedly, talks underway. Somaliland has requested Ethiopia and UAE that they should help Somaliland in finalizing talks and starting this project. So far, no agreement has been reached. Let's see what happens. By the way, regional development is interlinked. If all countries know how to use each other's resources without stealing them, perhaps these countries can grow together. But keeping in view their history, what happened in the past, they mistrust each other. That is why their resources are being stolen, I would say, by outsiders, and they cannot agree on some common framework to work together for a better shared future. Second, I have three video clips for you from the Amhara region, where around 3 days ago, more than 3 days ago, Ethiopian military launched an operation, a military offensive against Afano fighters. Military operation ongoing. Obviously, the fate of the military operation difficult to predict, but in coming days, things will be clear. Afano groups determined more than ever. There is no change in their morale. They are very they're convinced that what they are doing, they'll achieve their objectives. Military believes that it can crush Fano groups. Military has more manpower, more recruited manpower, though Fano groups have more public support. But in terms of recruits, the actual fighters on the ground, military has an edge. Military has more weapons. Military has sophisticated weaponry. Let's see. Three videos for you. But by the way, I'll try to analyze this operation to incoming videos. But let's wait for a few days. Then gradually we'll be able to draw some conclusions. It's too early to talk about the fate of the operation now. Three clips for you. First one is from Dangala. Dangala is in Ago-Avi zone of the Amhara region, and there was a protest in Dangala in support of Fano fighters yesterday. Agos live here, Amharas live here too. Military had to retreat from Dangala yesterday. The video clip shows deserted roads in Dangala from where military withdrew. Smoke can be seen rising. Maybe people burned tires, they blocked roads. Dangala came under Fano control reportedly, but not fully. Military was in Dangala yesterday, but parts of Dangala were under military and some other parts under Fano control. First clip is from Dangala. Second clip is again from Dangala, from the outskirts of Dangala, where some agricultural harvest was set on fire. Fingers being pointed towards military. The military fired heavy weapons, and deliberately this agriculture produce was set on fire. We don't know Sometimes other incidents happen too, which lead to the agricultural produce, agricultural harvest catching fire. We don't know what actually happened. Thirdly, video of a colonel who has joined Fano. His name is Colonel Abe. He's joined East Amhara Fano. It has been confirmed. He can be heard talking about Fano, and he said that he has decided to be part of the struggle. So it's not that he's a POW, rather he has joined a Fano group. I mentioned that in last night's live chat too. Watch the 3 clips. Thank you for watching.
አንደኛ ኮር ምክትል አዛዥ ነው የነበርኩት። እንግዲህ ወደ ፋኖ ስንቀላቀል የፋኖ ስምና ዝና ዛሬ አይደለም